Here's one of the questions we frequently see on the test. Sydney is older than Rachel. Rachel and Beatrice are both older than Tina. Yelena is not the youngest. Who is the youngest? And you have four different choices. Choice A, Rachel. Choice B, Yelena. Choice C, Tina. And choice D, cannot say. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. To solve these types of challenges, you need to look at the facts as well as look at the common sense. There are 5 ladies referenced in this question: Sydney, Rachel, Beatrice, Tina, and Yelena. Sydney is older than Rachel, so obviously Sydney is not the youngest. By the same logic, neither Rachel nor Beatrice are the youngest, because Tina is younger than both of them. That leaves Tina and Yelena as the only 2 possible candidates. But the last sentence in the question mentions that Yelena is not the youngest. So based on this rationale, Tina is the youngest. So the correct choice here is choice C, Tina is the youngest. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to solve similar problems on the test. Here's the cool question that you frequently get on the test. Kate has $33, which is only 20% of the cost of shoes that she would like to purchase. How much do the shoes cost? And you're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, $66. Choice B, $99. Choice C, $150. And choice D, $165. Can you calculate the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe 20 to 30 seconds, depending how well you are with math and percentages. Ready or not, let's go ahead and get to the correct solution together. The answer to this problem is very simple. $33 is 20% or 1/5 of the shoe's price. So the total cost of the shoes would be 33 multiplied by 5, which would be equal $165. So the correct answer here is choice D, $165. Here is the spelling question, which we frequently see on the test. You need to identify the word which is not spelled correctly, and you're presented with 4 different words. Choice A, hypothetically. Choice B, accommodation. Choice C, incomprehensibilities. And choice D, interdisciplinary. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time so you can browse through words and see if you can come up with the correct solution. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and explain you the correct solution to this problem. As you must have figured out, the correct answer here is choice B. And the correct spelling for the word accommodation is ACCOMMODATION. Hopefully you nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's a very interesting question we frequently see on the test. A 5 by 5 by 5 cube has its side's length increased by 40%. As a result of these changes, by what percentage has cube's total volume increased? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 274%. Choice B, 325%. Choice C, 357%. And choice D, 379%. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time because the answer to this question may not be obvious. Hopefully you've nailed it, but let's move forward and I'll explain you how I solved this problem so we can get to the correct solution together. First thing we're going to do is calculate original's cube volume. 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 is equals 125. Now let's increase the side of the cube by 40%. 5 multiplied by 1.4 equals 7, which means that the new cube's volume would be calculated as 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7, and the end result will be 343. The volume change in percentages then can be calculated as new volume 343 divided by old volume 125 and multiplied by 100%. The end result of this calculation is 274.4%. So the correct choice here is choice A, 274%. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's an interesting question you might easily get on the test. John's monthly spending is $1,500. 40% of his spending goes toward utilities, and the amount that he spends on heating and electricity is 15% more than what he spends on utilities. How much does John spend on things besides heating, electricity, and utilities? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, $210. Choice B, $220. Choice C, $230. And choice D, $240. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can calculate the solution. The correct answer here is choice A, $210. Do you know how to get to this answer? If you figured it out, please make sure to post your answer in the comment section of this video. Thanks for participating and good luck! Here's a sample of sequence question you might frequently get on the test. You need to determine what comes next in the sequence, and you're presented with the series of numbers. The numbers are 7, 14, 42, 168, 840, and then comes the missing number. You need to select missing number from 4 different choices. Choice A, 4,980. Choice B, 5,000. Choice C, 5,020. And choice D, 5,040. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time because coming up with the answer might require you to do some calculations. Did you come up with the solution? Let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. As usual, my advice to you, always look for patterns. And in this case, the pattern is that the next number is calculated as multiplication of previous number and sequence ID. For example, first number in the sequence is 7, which is not calculated. But to calculate the next number, we need to multiply 7 and 2, and the result of this multiplication is 14. For the next number, we need to multiply 14 by 3, and the result of this calculation is 42. Next number calculated as 42 multiplied by 4, which results in 168. 168 multiplied by 5 equals to 840, which is the next number in the sequence. So to calculate missing number, we need to multiply 840 by 6, and the end result of this is 5,040. So the correct choice here is answer D, 5,040. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. I would like to ask you to participate in our daily assessment test challenge. I post new question every day in the community tab of YouTube channel and give you an opportunity to answer it and try it. And I post answer in comments next day. So please make sure to check it out to test your knowledge. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's a very interesting question you frequently see on the test. You're presented with 3 triangles. Each of the corners of each triangle has numbers. For example, first triangle has number 18 on the top, numbers 4 and 2 at the bottom, and number 3 in the middle. Second triangle has numbers 56, 6 and 1, and number 8 in the middle. Third triangle has number 104 on the top, number 8 in the middle, number 5 in the bottom left corner, and 1 missing number in the bottom right corner. You need to calculate the missing number. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 7, choice B, 8, choice C, 9, and choice D, 10. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to make sure you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I am going to move forward so we can solve this problem together. As usual, my advice to you, always look for patterns. And in this particular problem, the pattern is that the top number divided by the sum of the bottom 2 numbers is equal the middle number. Let's look at the example. For example, 18 divided in parentheses 4 plus 2 would be an equivalent of 18 divided by 6 and would result in 3. 56 divided by the sum of 6 and 1 would be an equivalent of 56 divided by 7 and would equal 8. which means that we can build a formula. 104 divided by the value in parentheses 5 plus question mark equals 8, which means that question mark equals 104 divided by 8 minus 5, which is an equivalent of 13 minus 5, which equals 8. So the correct choice here is choice B, 8. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's the cool question, which tests your ability to quickly come up with the answers. The day after tomorrow is 4 days before Monday. What day is it today? And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, Sunday. Choice B, Monday. Choice C, Friday. And choice D, Saturday. Do you see the answer? Think again. These types of puzzles might require you to do some thinking, so feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the answer. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and get us to the correct solution together. To solve these types of problems, we need to analyze them and do them in reverse. 4 days before Monday is Thursday, and the day before Thursday is Tuesday. If tomorrow is Tuesday, it means that today is Monday. So the correct answer here is choice B, Monday. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar puzzles on the test. A lot of you are interested and ask me, how can I help others? One of the ways you can help other people is by sharing the latest questions you see as part of the assessment test. And when you share, please make sure to also include how you answered them. Please share the question you recently encountered in the comment section of this video. And if you know the answers, please share them as well. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's the puzzling question that you might frequently see on the test. The sum of all the ages of 4 family members is 85. What would be the sum of their ages together in 5 years? And you're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 90. Choice B, 95. Choice C, 100. And choice D, 105. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 20 to 30 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I'm moving forward to get to the correct solution together. What's interesting about this problem is that it is simpler than you think. So the key here is not to overthink the problem. There are 4 family members, and sum of their ages is 85. And in 5 years, each family member will be 5 years older. So incremental age increase for all family members can be calculated as 4 family members multiplied by 5 years equals 20 years. So sum of the ages of all family members in 5 years can be calculated as 85, which is original sum, plus 20, which is the incremental age increase, and would be equal to 105. So the correct choice here is choice D, 105. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar puzzles on the test. And now, here's the question for you to practice. You're presented with triangle, which is broken down into 3 equal horizontal parts. On the left side of the triangle, you see numbers 8, 4, and 3 if you go from the bottom to the top. And on the right side of the triangles, you see numbers 2, 6, and 1 number is missing. You need to select missing number from 4 different choices. Choice A, 6. Choice B, 10. Choice C, 7. And choice D, 2. Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. If you figured out the solution, please make sure to post your answer in the comment section of this video so I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. I wanted to ask you for a favor. There are a lot of people that you might know that would benefit from this content. Would you be able to share this content with them? Unless, of course, you're driving. Then you can do it right after you get off the car. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's a cool question you frequently see on the test. You need to calculate the question mark. And you're presented with the 3-layer pyramid. On the bottom layer, you have numbers 8 and 2. On the middle layer, you have numbers 4 and 6. And in the top layer, you have numbers 3, and on the other side of the pyramid, you have a question mark. and this question mark can be one of those 4 values. Your choice A is 6, choice B is 10, choice C is 7, and choice D is 2. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time. For some of you, this type of question might be easy, but for some of you, it might require some thinking. So feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, let's go ahead and get to the correct solution together. As you might have figured out, the key to solve these types of challenges is always look for patterns. And if you look closely, each row adds up to 10. And vertically, values also add up to 15. So the correct answer here is choice C, 7. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. And now I have a practice question for you. You need to determine which item comes next in the sequence. You're presented with 3 large squares. Each large square contains 9 small squares inside, and small squares are of a different color. And the 4th square is missing, and you have 4 different choices to choose from. Choices A, B, C, and D. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. And make sure to post your solution and your rationale in the description section of this video. This way I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. Here's an interesting problem from the real test. You're presented with 3 full expressions. 18 by 3 equals 27, 12 by 4 equals 12, 22 multiplied by 8 equals 32, and you need to calculate missing number in the expression 12 multiplied by 9. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 34, choice B, 36, choice C, 38, and choice D, 40. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time as the answer may not be obvious. But in the end, I'm pretty sure you will figure it out. I'm gonna give you a quick hint. Take a look and see why there are 2-digit number multiplied by 1-digit number. How can you make it work in your advantage? Let's go ahead, reveal the answer, and get to the correct solution together. Even though mathematically our sample expressions are not correct, for example, 18 by 3 is not equal 27. If you multiply each digit separately and add results together, you will get to the result you need. For example, 18 by 3 should be processed as 1 multiplied by 3 in parentheses plus 8 multiplied by 3 in parentheses, which would be equal 3 plus 24 and which would be equal to 27. In a similar way, 12 multiplied by 4 can be calculated as a result of 1 multiplied by 4 in parentheses plus 2 multiplied by 4 in parentheses would be equal 4 plus 8 and would be equal to 12. And in very similar way, 22 multiplied by 8 would be a result of 2 multiplied by 8 in parentheses plus 2 multiplied by 8 in parentheses, which would be 16 plus 16, which would be equal to 32. So to calculate the answer of 13 multiplied by 9, we would need to multiply 1 by 9 in parentheses and add to 3 by 9 in parentheses, which would be sum of 9 and 27, and the end result would be equal to 36. So the correct answer here is choice B, 36. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's the practice problem for you. The day after tomorrow is 4 days before Monday. What day is it today? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, Sunday. Choice B, Monday. Choice C, Friday. Choice D, Saturday. Feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. I would like to give you a hint. The best way to solve these types of problems is using reverse calculations. So do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Did you figure out the answer? Make sure to post your answer as well as your rationale for solving this problem in the comment section of this video. Thanks for participating and good luck. Here is a very interesting problem that you might frequently get on the test. You need to determine the next item in the sequence. You're presented with the sequence of large squares. Each large square contains 9 small squares inside. and small squares are of the different color. You need to determine next item in the sequence, and you have 4 different choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe longer, maybe 20 to 30 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Did you figure it out? Let's go ahead, move forward to get to the correct solution together. As always, my advice to you, look for patterns. And determining the pattern is key to solving this particular problem. What you need to know to answer this particular question is that blue shape moves within the row of the larger shape. In each row, blue shape moves from left to right, one step at a time. And once blue shape reaches the end of the row on the right, it reappears on the left. So the correct answer here is choice D. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Can I ask you to do me a favor? If you like this content, can you please give this video big thumbs up? This tells us that you need more content like this, and we will make sure you will get it in the future. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's an interesting question which validates how well you do planning of your day-to-day work. Mary spends 1/3 of her 24-hour day at work. Meetings take 1/4 of her workday. How many hours does she spend in meetings? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Choice B, 2 hours. Choice C, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And choice D, 3 hours. Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe a bit longer, depending how well you typically solve these types of problems. Ready or not, let's go ahead and solve this challenge together. As you might be well aware, full day has 24 hours. Mary's working hours are very typical. They represent 1/3 of the full day, which is 8 hours, and we calculate it by multiplying 24 by 1/3, or actually dividing 24 by 3. Meetings take 1/4 of her workday. So to calculate how much time she spends in meetings, we need to multiply 8 hours by 1/4, and the result is 2 hours. So the correct answer is choice B, 2 hours. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems in the test. Can you tell us how many questions did you answer correctly? Please make sure to post in the comment section of this video to share with others. And now let's continue to get you ready for the test. Here's an interesting question we frequently see on the test. Kiara walks at the constant speed of 5 miles per hour. Olivia starts walking at the same time as Kiara, but starts 4 miles behind her and walks at a constant speed of 8 miles per hour. How long will it take for Kiara to catch up with Olivia? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 50 minutes. Choice B, 60 minutes. Choice C, 70 minutes. And choice D, 80 minutes. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time and think about all possible combinations. Ready or not, let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. One important consideration to help you solve this challenge is that the speed for both Kiara and Olivia is presented in miles per hour, but answers are in minutes. So at some point we would need to make a conversion. Another important point is that both Kiara and Olivia will walk the same time, and we can put it as X in hours before catching up, because they started at the same time. In our solution, X will be the time in hours when they will catch up and meet. To solve this challenge, we need to build an equation. 5x plus 4 equals 8x. 8x represents how much Olivia will walk, and 5x plus 4 is representing how much Kiara can walk. And the starting point for this will be starting point of where Olivia starts, since Olivia starts 4 miles behind. So if we simplify this equation, 4 will be equal to 3x, and x will be equal 4/3 or 1 1/3 of an hour. And now is the time to do the conversion. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. 60 multiplied by 4/3 equals 60 plus 20 equals 80 minutes. So the correct answer here is choice D, 80 minutes. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Thanks for watching. If you liked the content, please give us a like and consider subscribing. Thank you for your endorsement, support, and patronage. Please also check out additional resources in the description section of this video. I also encourage you to check resources page on our website, howtoanalyzedata.net. Please leave your feedback, corrections, or suggestions in the comment section of this video. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.